Things I always love starting with for everyone I talk to is I ask the same question every time. And it is, for anyone who may not know who you are, what are the songs they might know you from?
Know me from, like, my songs or songs that other
Both.
people? Probably, I would say All Time Low is probably like a song you've just like heard in the ether of life that people might not even know my face is a name attached to it, but that would probably be my like biggest record to date. And as far as like records I've written for other people, maybe Ghost, Justin Bieber, Holy, Justin Bieber, Memories, Maroon 5, Graveyard, Halsey, Brianna, The Monster, Millennium, Good Things Fall Apart, Dua Lipa, Miley Cyrus, Prisoner, Camila Cabello, Shameless Liar. Yeah, so you've probably heard something I've been involved with at some point. Yeah, so
Amazing
maybe.
songs.
Oh, in CVS or some shit.
Johnny motherfucking Bells, all right? The boy, the man, the myth, the legendary producer, singer, songwriter, literally everything you could think of. Jon Bellion can do it. This is such an important video to me to actually be covering this album because this is the guy who actually got me into music. And not as in I didn't listen to music beforehand, but actually trying to understand it, understanding how much of an art form it truly is. And finally, after what, it's been 7 long years since his last album in 2018, Glory Sound Prep, we are finally hit with Father Figure. One of the biggest things when it came to this break for me was trying to understand how his sound was going to progress. He's gone from a person who was a young man in his 20s to now being a young man in his 30s with 3 kids. So how does that change the dynamic of not only his sound, the way he writes lyrics, why he's writing songs in general? Obviously, on top of all of that, the amount of amazing people he's worked with. To be honest, when I first heard this record, I wasn't sure if I was the biggest fan of it. It took me a while to actually get it and understand it a lot, but to be honest, I've just been consuming everything other Jon Bellion content, all the interviews, because this man used to never do interviews ever, so the fact that he's starting to do them more is just a really good way to understand him and pick his brain. Trying to fully understand what the meaning of father figure, which, I mean, it's in the title, it's him trying to understand if he's going to be a good father or not, or if he is, which, if you ask me, I'm no father, but if you're asking yourself, am I being a good father? You're already in the right direction as to where you want to be. There are some really hard-hitting tracks on this album with songs like Why and My Boy. Dude, I drove home today from work, very long, stressful day, and I cried to My Boy at the end of the day today, man. It's such a question that I've never been able to ask myself because I've never been a father before. So being able to hear him talk about him being worried to get to know his children on the song Why, because he's worried he's going to love them and he's worried that he's going to be scared to lose them, is a feeling that I've never felt before when it comes to having my own kids, but it's something I thought of that if I did, that's going to be a thought that crosses my mind. And My Boy just being so scared to let your child out of your eyes and out of your reach to understand the world isn't all what it's cracked up to be, which is such a hard pill to swallow. I will say there are a few songs on here that I do find kind of hard to listen to, just because it's either I find them like the production's a little interesting. I just think I need more time with it. Songs like Rich and Broke is definitely one that I have to listen to a few more times. It's not that I don't like it. It's just something I need to listen to a bit more. Same with Wash too. I like the acoustic versions of most of his songs. If you've heard the song Human, he does a very good acoustic version. Honestly, probably his best more acoustic songs that I'm trying to find another word other than acoustic, because I'm just fucking yapping. But it's a good song. I don't know if it really, if I find it that it fits into the album quite as well as I would like it to be. I like when he does his more acoustic versions off to the side and releases them as like more singles and not really just slaps them on the album. He did this a lot of his other songs from GSP, Human Condition, basically every other album he's ever made. I think Modern Times is such a cool track. I've always loved Jon Baptiste. What was the song that they did together? It was up for Record of the Year. Let me see. Worship. Worship was really good. I really enjoyed Worship, and I know Jon Bellion played a very big role in that song. in general and just the production of that album. So I really enjoyed that one. So seeing Jon Batiste and just seeing how he influences how each and every single track that he's on, it's really cool to see. And I just love when these two work together. And also, I kind of feel like this is a callback to Morning in America. If you know that song off of The Human Condition, I kind of see parallels there. And I think that's really cool. I think Vinny's Artichokes is just a funny little interlude there, just to kind of throw it in there. I thought it was kind of good. Italia Breeze is probably my favorite track off of this album, along with Father Figure. There's so many things that I could say about Italia Breeze, man. The lyric, there's nothing sadder than the father stuck inside a much, much younger man's bravado. Young forever's the motto, then deadbeat is the model. Wow, that is so... Oh my god, I can't even describe how that makes me feel. And honestly, the rest of the verse is just good too. But it's trying to be something that's not yourself and trying to come off to other people as being such a younger person and that you're hip and you're cool when that's not really you being yourself. You're just trying to fit in with the rest of the sheep, I guess you would say, is such a cool way to put that. And just I hate that. I hate it so much. I hate when people do that. Just be yourself, you know? And it's such a cool way to put that. I've always loved Jon Bellion's writing. It is really, I think I heard this from like a different music YouTuber, but it's like, this isn't really him fully rapping, but man, if Jon decided to rap more, the whole rap scene would be totally different. This guy is on a whole other level with that, on top of being on so many levels ahead in so many other ways than most artists. So that was just such a cool song, dude. Just a homage to his Italian culture and just trying to lay out his values of just trying to be himself and not getting caught up in what's trending. You know what I mean? I love that so much. To see Pharrell Williams on here is really cool too. A Dedicated Instrumental is a song, I forget off of what album. I think it's The Separation. I have the vinyl for this album, which is really cool. But he talks about always having Pharrell Williams as being one of his biggest inspirations as a producer. So to actually get him on the record for Horoscope was really cool. And I'm not super familiar with a lot of Pharrell Williams like work, as in I can't tell when it's him producing a song as well as I can with Jon Bellion. I know that he has like the 4 ticks off of like Drop It Like It's Hot, a whole bunch of other tracks as well. I'm not sure how much influence he has on the entire record here, but it's really cool to see him on it, especially as growing up listening to Jon Bellion's discography, knowing how much he cared about Pharrell Williams' work, and actually seeing that come full circle was pretty cool. Kid Again, amazing. I love that single. Wash, really good single as well. Honestly, I was so happy with both those singles. They really set the vibe for the whole record, which honestly, I wouldn't really know what to put as the singles off of this record. That was a really good choice for them though. Like, I thought they were really good. Father Figure is just a really good tempo-based Jon Bellion track. You know what I mean? Talking about people's values and how they want to put aside their family and what they think matters. Sorry. They want to put aside their family and providing for those people to look good in the public eye, which is very interesting. And that's really shown through the Big Ferrari lyric. Like, you look so sick inside your big Ferrari, you left your kids outside to hit the party. I see demons and they tell me congratulations, standing ovation, you built a coffin and that shit just looks like a big Ferrari. So that's a really cool, I just love the way that these lyrics work in this song. And I know I'm not describing it perfectly, but it's very cool, the metaphor that he's trying to build with that, where what was another lyric from Jon Bellion, I believe it's from oh my god, I'm blanking so hard, I'm so dense. I think the lyric from Adult Swim is, we all end up in boxes even though we chase packaging, which is like another homage to like that part of himself as well, where he finds value less in material things and more connections with people. So that's another track resonating that feeling that he has, which is something I love. I think that's a very good mindset to have, because man, you can buy all the things in the world that you want, but at the end of the day, you cannot take them with you when you're gone. That got really morbid very fast, but it's a good lesson. Don't Shoot is a very interesting track. It's got a weird country vibe to it, but I really fucking like it. It's got that really good, like, sing-songy country hook and just chorus to it that it's very easy to understand it and get into it and sing it out loud. It's a really good party song, in my opinion. Just the vibes of it are very nice. The vibes, bro. The fucking vibes are immaculate on this track, bro. Fucking outrageous, bro. I was a little off-put at the beginning. I'm like, man, this dude really hung out with Luke Combs, huh? He's really getting this country essence into his music, but it really worked out well. I love the production on that track. Overall, this whole album was really good. It was really good. Different than what I expected, but I'm not disappointed. If you want more of an in-depth dive on this whole album and the process of it, Jon Bellion has done a ridiculous amount of interviews recently and a lot of really good ones. So if you guys are interested in checking any of those out, I really highly recommend it. I'll try to link them down in the description below, and I probably used a few clips from them in this video. I'm going to put it up on screen, but I'm going to show you guys here as well. This was a mural I had on my wall of, at the time, this was in 2021, of all of the albums and records and just singles of Jon Bellion, a custom painted thing in the middle there. I was obsessed with this man. This guy was by far my favorite artist and still is to this day. I credit every part of me enjoying music in the video that I'm making today and my previous one on Childish Gambino to Jon Bellion. Like, it's unbelievable how much this man has opened my eyes to music. And it's not only through the music he made, but if you ever watch any of the making ofs of his music, you understand the process of it and why I fell in love with it. Can I make music? Fuck no. Can I enjoy the process and realize how hard it is to actually do? Yes, I can. And that is something that I'm going to cherish for probably the rest of my life. I can't express how much it genuinely means to me. But yeah, the Father Figure, great album. I don't do ratings here. I'm not Fantano, okay? No judgment. I just don't think I have the credibility to start rating albums. It's all about personal opinion at the end of the day. This is just an album I very much enjoyed, and I'm excited to listen to it more. There's some really good tracks on here, some really good hard-hitting tracks. And with every Jon Bellion record, the final song on the album always hits hard. Whether that be Hand of God, which is such a beautiful track. Then we have Ma's Joint, which, man, I cry every time I listen to that. And, of course, My Boy, which I cry listening to every time. They all have such distinct messages and end the album so perfectly. But, yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you enjoyed Jon Bellion's work. And I hope you enjoy Father Figure, guys. All right, I'll see you in the next video. Later.